This review for Live and Let Die has spoilers. As the release of this video, today is Wednesday, December 11th, 2019. And this starts the week for week 8 of the James Bond Weekly Movie Marathon. And the movie to watch is the 8th movie of the franchise, Live and Let Die. My rating for Live and Let Die is a 3 out of 5, and here's why. Live and Let Die was originally released back in 1973. Live and Let Die stars Roger Moore as James Bond, his first time playing James Bond in a movie. It also stars Yaphet Kotto and Jane Seymour. Live and Let Die is once again directed by Guy Hamilton. Now let's talk about that intro credit sequence, because Live and Let Die provided one of the most famous of music soundtracks from the James Bond franchise, and that is the title song Live and Let Die, sung by Paul McCartney and Wings. To the many James Bond film fans out there, Live and Let Die is one of their favorite songs to have come out from the whole James Bond franchise. It is a really, really awesome song. Live and Let Die tells the story of James Bond having to investigate mysterious murders of MI6 agents around the world. One at the UN in New York, one murdered in New Orleans, and one murdered in this fictional island called San Monique in the Caribbean, to which he would encounter a mysterious drug lord called Mr. Big, as well as an associate of Mr. Big, Dr. Kananga, which is the Prime Minister of San Monique. As the movie went on, it would unveil that Mr. Big is Dr. Kananga, or Dr. Kananga pretending he's Mr. Big. With Dr. Kananga, he uses his sidekick, Solitaire, who is a tarot card reader, to help him predict the future events of what's going to happen. But when Bond shows up, Solitaire does not have her powers anymore, but succumbs to love. With that, Bond will uncover Kananga's plans of monopolizing heroin sales in the US. And through the movie, we find out how he does it by way of growing his product in San Monique and then secretly shipping it to the US. I mean, all these Bond movies are fun, but this is a really fun one. I noticed in this movie that they share a lot of the same concepts with Dr. No. They utilize Quarrel from Dr. No, although he met his fate with the dragon in Dr. No. In this one, they introduced his son, Quarrel Jr., and along with Felix Leiter, since the majority of this story takes place in the US, that the US and the CIA are involved in this activity as well, that Felix Leiter would help James Bond out. And there's a moment where it was reminiscent of the scene in Dr. No when it's Quarrel, Felix, and James, all three of them working together on a mission. The acting in the movie was great. Yaphet Kotto's Mr. Big and Dr. Kananga is a very menacing yet manipulative villain. To me, in this movie, he was the standout. There was a lot of practical effects used in this one, as it didn't have to do with going into space. Everything was Earth-based. One of the biggest action set pieces was the boat chase on the bayou, where it was a story within that action sequences, as they featured this local sheriff who so happened to be a part of this action sequence where Kananga's men were chasing Bond on boats on the bayou. It left it for some comedic relief in a very tense action scene, and a very, very cool action scene, as a matter of fact. Jumping boats over levees and whatnot, and seeing them drive fast in these boats on the bayou is really intense. Some story points in the movie left it convenient so that they are able to do these action set pieces. At the end of the movie, Solitaire and James would go on a train. I mean, they could have gone any other way, but they kind of did want to make a throwback to From Russia with Love and that action sequence on a train, where the last battle of the movie was between Bond and Teehee. Some of Jane Seymour's acting as Solitaire was kind of weird in a way, and some of the story points from her made it kind of hypocritical. One time she's on Bond's side, the other time she's back on their side, and then at the end she's back on Bond's side after really showing that she is faithful to Kananga. But I understand why she would turn back again and all that jazz. For it to be the first movie Roger Moore is playing the role as James Bond, this is great. This is a great way for him to start out. That is my review of Live and Let Die. Next week, for week 9 of the weekly James Bond movie marathon, it's the man with the golden gun. Make sure to subscribe to the SpellGo YouTube channel for more of my content, as well as to keep track of all the reviews I'm doing for James Bond leading up to the release of No Time to Die. Thank you for watching, guys.